Hi guys! Now let's thoroughly talk about Sen Çal Kapımı. If you've watched my previous video, you might have noticed that I didn't really talk that much about Sen Çal Kapımı, and I got a comment that the title was a little bit misleading. So I'm really sorry about that. But while I was filming it, I was like, let's mention Sen Çal Kapımı as well. So the main focus and my plan was just to talk about Yanlış, but I somehow drifted off to Sen Çal Kapımı as well. But now is the time that I talk about Sen Çal Kapımı thoroughly. I don't know if you might have noticed, but I always give the series like 3 to 4 episodes time for the story to build up, for me to like it kind of. With Yanlış, you see that I started reviewing or talking about it by episode 4. That's kind of an information for you if you don't understand my way of thinking and why I didn't really talk that much about Sen Çal Kapımı in my previous video. After watching episode 3, I got more into the story. I wanted to know more about it. I even got some theories, so that's why I wanted to do this video. So let's start off with the main plot line. We have Eda, who is a university student, doesn't have parents. She lives with her aunt and I think her best friend. She works at her aunt's florist shop. Is that what it's called? Like, oh, flower shop. Oh my god. Her dream was actually being an architect. So she knows how to draw, she has an eye for architecture, but her dream was to go to Italy on a scholarship, and that company that provided that scholarship didn't provide it for her, and that company belongs to Serkan Polat, who's the second main character. She is really upset about the fact that she didn't get that scholarship to go to Italy, even though she was accepted, if I'm not mistaken. So she blames all her failure kind of, or the lack of money and stuff. She projects it all on Serkan. Serkan didn't know about it, so in the first episode she kind of confronts him with that. He asked his financial guy what's up with that. At first he didn't really believe her, but then he found out that she was right, so he felt bad for her. He also has an ex-girlfriend, Selin. He kind of still has feelings for her, but she's actually engaged to, I think, Ferit. So Serkan gets invited to Selin's engagement party. Eda doesn't really like Serkan, as we already heard, but as fate has it, she takes up the job of her best friend Melosh to be a stewardess on this private jet, and that private jet, or that flight, was Serkan's flight to Selin's engagement party. So there they fight again. He sees that she's claustrophobic, kind of starts caring for her. Oh, before that she got him a contract with the guy who wanted to sell a plot of land. The thing was, they were actually handcuffed together and they had to work this out. So they said that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. So this whole fake boyfriend, fake girlfriend started there. At Selin's engagement party, he sees Kaan Karadağ, who's an old university friend of his, but they're competitors. So Kaan also has a construction company. We still don't really know the real reason behind their hatred. Anyways, when Serkan wants to leave the engagement party, he says that he's here with his girlfriend or fiance, I don't remember. Anyway, Selin doesn't really believe it, so she follows him to the beach, where he goes and picks up Eda, who fell asleep on the beach. Anyways, they then start this whole fake relationship again. Selin still doesn't really believe it. Kaan is also there, I believe. Anyways, in front of Serkan's friends, they have to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and at the end of episode 1 they say they don't want to have anything going on with each other because Eda actually has a boyfriend. He came back from Italy with his now girlfriend and he wants to break up with Eda, but Eda doesn't know that. So at the end of episode 1 she kind of figures it out, and her boyfriend breaks up with her because his now girlfriend is also there looking at Eda. And then because she's so riled up, she goes up to Serkan, who's holding a press conference, and kisses him in front of the whole press. I think that's when, I'm sorry if I'm mistaken if it was before or after that, that's when they come up with this whole contract of them being a boyfriend and girlfriend, like him wanting to have her as a girlfriend for 2 months until Celine gets married. to get her jealous, so he gets back with Celine, and Eda will get the scholarship to go to Italy. So that's kind of the basic plot line, them playing girlfriend and boyfriend, and in episode 2 they kind of get engaged, but I don't remember why and how. But anyways, they get engaged because in episode 3 we have the engagement party where everybody is looking down at Eda and saying, well, why are you so simple dressed and blah blah blah. And I mean, come on, let's talk about Celine's earrings. What was that? I mean, as if she put 2 birds on her ears. It was just ridiculous. Let's talk about all the characters. So we have Eda, who I already talked about, wanted to go to Italy, likes architecture, works at her aunt's flower shop. Oh, when she's stressed, she faints, and she has 3 best friends. We don't know what happened to her parents yet, but something bad happened, because that's kind of a soft spot for her, or a spot you shouldn't really touch. So we have Eda's aunt, who she lives with. I think that's all. She's a very strong-willed woman. In general, all the women around Eda are very strong-willed, except for Melosh. I mean, come on, she's like pudding. As soon as she sees a handsome guy, she's done with the world. Then we have Fifi. She's kind of tomboyish. We don't really know what she does, and that's it. I don't know what else to say about her. We also have, like I said, Melosh. She reminds me of Ayhan in Erkenci Kuş, also not just by the looks, but also, I don't know, she's very protective of Eda. Anyways, in episode 3 she gets kind of manipulated by Kaan, because Kaan wants to get to Eda, but I'll talk about that later. She is so smitten with Kaan. She imagines her life with him, marrying him, having a child with him, blah blah blah. So she's kind of a desperate woman who wants a partner, who wants a boyfriend. She's also very naive. She has a very loose mouth. If you ask her something, she will blabber it out. Then the third girl in this group is, I don't remember her name, I'm really sorry, but it's the girl whose passion is to design shoes, but is actually a lawyer who works at her parents' or her father's law firm. She's kind of the voice of reason. So Melosh is the very naive one, Fifi is the very strong one, and the lawyer friend is kind of in the middle. Then we have Serkan, who's very cold-hearted, as is every male boss character in a Turkish TV series. He reminds me of Ferit, who was very cold, as is Serkan, and as soon as Eda gets close to him, he pushes her away, not like Özgür in Bayanlış, where he's kind of on a witty side, joking around. When somebody gets close to him, Serkan is somebody who gets really angry at you and really pushes you away, if not shoots you away. We still don't know what makes him that cold. He doesn't really have a good relationship with his father. I think he wants to show himself that he can live his own life. He doesn't need his father's help, because in episode 3, so his father has a holding and Serkan has his own construction company. His father really wants him at the holding, but Serkan wants his own company. The real reason why there's this tension and this coldness, maybe we'll find that out later, but his father actually played Can's father in Erkenci Kuş, so that was really fun to see. But to see Aziz as a bad parent or as an angry parent was really weird to see. His mother, I don't remember all those names. As I said in my previous videos, I have a hard time the first couple of episodes to remember all the names. His mother actually played the bad mother in Kiraz Mevsimi, which was also a very amazing series. But I think that actress really has it down to a T to play the villain, the monster mother-in-law. I really love her and her acting skills. So she really hates Eda because Serkan got engaged to her that quickly, and she's a simple girl. She doesn't belong to her high society standards. She's more in favor of Celine and kind of wants Celine to break up with Ferit to get back together with Serkan, because Serkan didn't propose to Celine while they were together but proposed to Eda after 3 days. So that was kind of weird for all of them. Then we also have his mother's assistant. I don't remember his name, something with S. He is very nice. He's pro Eda. Then we have Engin, who is Serkan's best friend and also partner in his company. He's the bubbly one, he's the happy one, and the complete opposite of Serkan. At the engagement party, he showed interest in Eda's lawyer friend, so I think them two will get together sometime in the future. But there is the redhead who played Sanem's best friend in Erkenci Kuş, is now Engin's assistant, I believe, or I don't know what her job title is, but anyways, she's at the firm and she has an eye on Engin, and she also is kind of a spy for Serkan's mother to see what is up with Eda, what is Eda doing at the company, blah blah blah. And then we also have Leyla, who got fired in episode 1, I believe, but helps Eda to be Serkan's assistant. We also have this guy who reminds me of JJ from Erkenci Kuş. He is, I don't know, kind of an assistant at the company, is always talking, has an eye on Fifi, so he's quite smitten with her. Maybe they will get together. After watching 3 episodes, episode 3 kind of picked up the pace and the story, which I really like. That's where my theories come in. I've mentioned some of them already. So Eda and Serkan are, there's kind of a push and pull between them. At the engagement party, Serkan was very considerate of Eda and giving her the necklace and just looking out for her, but then at times he was pushing her away. Then when they were dancing, you were like, oh my god, they're so in love. But after that, everybody went their separate ways. So it's fun to see that kind of cat and mouse game between them. You see Eda kind of falling for Serkan, but then him reminding her of the contract, so he's pushing her away again. But then he comes with his dog to go for a walk with her. So this whole, as I said, cat and mouse game, I really enjoy watching. And also the dog, which is very funny, and I think that the dog, if they ever get separated or the contract ends, I think the dog will kind of get them back together, because the dog doesn't really like other people than Serkan. But when Eda saw him or met him, he really liked her. Even Serkan was very surprised by that fact. Another thing that I've noticed, and the similarities to Erkenci Kuş, is that like in Erkenci Kuş, Eda has a dream to go abroad. It's not Galapagos, but it's Italy. We also have Serkan being the boss of a big company. Similar characters, JJ, Ayhan. Then we also have the stargazing scene. So in Erkenci Kuş, Sanem was the person who could tell Can about star constellation, blah blah blah. This time it's Serkan who is teaching Eda something about the stars. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention in the plot line is that in episode 3, Serkan kind of noticed that there was a mole for Kan Karada in his company, and he made a bluff and fired that guy. So that was really interesting, this mystery. What's that man going to do? Is it really like that? As I already mentioned, the potential couples that will happen down the line or in the future. Then what I didn't really talk about in the beginning was Kan Karada's intentions, kind of. So I think he kind of feels and sees that there is something between Eda and Serkan, but at the same time not. So I think he will kind of find out about the contract, or he will get between them, get closer to Eda, but at the same time I'm like, no, because she knows that he's the bad guy. So I think he won't attack her directly, but will go the way round through Melosh attacking Serkan and Eda. He will for sure do something with Melosh, pretend to like her, to date her, to get close to Eda and get information through Melosh about Eda and Serkan. But at the same time I have a feeling that he will fall in love with her. So maybe Kan and Melosh will end up. Engin with that lawyer friend will end up, Serkan and Eda of course, and I really want to see Celine come out as a loser. Maybe because she's so obsessed with Serkan and Eda's relationship, Ferit will break up with her. I think that's all I can say. As I already said, I need 3 to 4 episodes to be able to judge, okay, will I continue watching that series or not. When I filmed my previous video, there were only 2 episodes out, so I was like on the fence. I already said that I enjoyed it, but I wasn't really sure if I liked it that much to do a weekly review. I'm still not sure. It depends on the time that I have. I'm really sorry about that, but I also have a life outside of this YouTube. So yeah, I'm really trying to do 2 reviews, one of Bayan Lush and one of Sen Çal Kapımı. Maybe I'll post Sen Çal Kapımı on Sundays and Bayan Lush on Mondays. So I hope I mentioned everything. I'm really sorry if I forgot anything. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment what your thoughts are on Sen Çal Kapımı. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell to be notified whenever I post something, and I will see you next time. Bye!